When Ashley Ogle walked into the Big Brother Mzansi house, she didn't come with an agenda to find love. Like many, her focus was the game, the challenges, the growth. But in the electric, unpredictable space of reality TV, where strangers become allies and tensions build or fade with each hour, something rare happened. Ashley found connection, not superficial, not fleeting, but deeply rooted in truth, mutual respect, and quiet understanding. That connection was with Sweet Guluva. Their journey was never forced. It didn't come with grand proclamations or rehearsed chemistry. It began in the silent gestures, the shared glances during tasks, the grounding presence they offered one another in the chaos of the house. Their story wasn't about showmanship, it was about substance. As the world watched, something beautiful grew between them, not just romance, but something stronger, a partnership anchored in authenticity. Ashley, in her calm yet resolute manner, recently shared what many already suspected. Her relationship with Sweet is unshakable, and they are together strongly. It wasn't a headline or a publicity gimmick. It was a truth she carried gently, like something sacred. Something she didn't need to scream to the world, but could affirm with certainty and grace. Reality television can be unforgiving. Cameras catch everything. The moments of vulnerability, the missteps, the doubts. But they also catch the real moments. The ones that can't be faked, edited, or scripted. Ashley and Sweet had many of those. In a world built on highlights and sound bites, theirs was a quiet symphony playing in the background for those who truly listened. Ashley's revelation didn't surprise those who paid attention. What did surprise some was the clarity and calm with which she stated it. She wasn't trying to convince anyone. She didn't need to. Her words, "Our relationship is unshakable, we are together strongly," weren't just about emotions. They were about decisions, choices, intentions. She chose him, not in the absence of challenges, but despite them. She chose him, not as a convenient narrative, but as her reality. Once the cameras stopped rolling, many expected the connections made in the house to dissolve under the weight of real life. But for Ashley and Sweet, leaving the house wasn't the end, it was the beginning. They navigated the shift from monitored conversations to private calls, from group dynamics to intimate dinners. And in that transition, they didn't lose their rhythm. Instead, they found a deeper one, a shared language made of laughter, shared silence, respect, and vision. Ashley's world was no longer just hers. It expanded to include someone who reflected her values, matched her energy, and understood the weight of loyalty in a world that often undervalues it. She didn't talk about extravagant gifts or grand displays. She talked about being seen, being heard. About someone who made space for her, not just in his life, but in his dreams. She talked about home, not as a place, but as a presence. There's something powerful about a love that doesn't shout. A love that doesn't need approval to feel valid. For Ashley, it's the kind of love that shows up, that listens, that defends your name even in your absence, that holds your hand in a crowded room and still makes you feel like the only one there. That's the love she shared when she spoke about her and Sweet. It wasn't about explaining or proving. It was about honoring something both of them had built, moment by moment, choice by choice. Unshakable doesn't mean perfect. It means tested. Strength isn't forged in ease. It's forged in friction. And theirs had already been through enough to know that it wasn't a phase. It was a foundation. Behind Ashley's calm expression is a woman who knows how to love deeply. Her loyalty to her family, her resilience in the house, and her unwavering self-awareness were visible even when she said little. It's the same strength she brings to her relationship. She stands beside Sweet Guluva not because she needs to be carried, but because she wants to walk with him. That choice, to love openly, without theatrics, but with deep clarity, is rare. And that's what she's built. Something rare. Something real. Every time someone asked her about Sweet, her eyes didn't light up with mere infatuation, they softened with certainty. Their connection was forged in the fire of public scrutiny. They had their share of doubters, of skeptics. But time has a way of sifting the noise from the truth. And through it all, their truth stood. Ashley didn't use vague language. She used intentional words. Together strongly. It's not just a statement, it's a blueprint. It means they are not coasting. They are building. It means when one is tired, the other leans in. When one wins, both celebrate. When one is uncertain, the other becomes the anchor. Their strength lies not in avoiding storms, but in dancing in the rain together. And it shows. In the way she speaks with assurance. In the way her story isn't just about falling in love, but about rising in love. Growing, learning, becoming. Being in the public, I can test even the most resilient connections. For Ashley, that challenge is navigated with grace. She shares just enough to honor their story, but protects the parts that matter most. Her declaration wasn't for likes or validation. It was for truth. And there's something profoundly beautiful about that. She doesn't need to remind the world how strong they are. She just needs to look at him and know it. Respect is the cornerstone of their bond. That was visible even before words were shared. The way he listened when she spoke. The way she smiled when he entered a room. The way they never stepped over each other's light, but rather reflected it. Ashley doesn't entertain drama or speculation. She focuses on the roots, kindness, clarity, consistency. And in Sweet, she found someone who mirrors that. Someone who doesn't compete, but complements. Their strength isn't loud. It's low, steady, unwavering. Ashley knows that she carries not just her own heart but a legacy. A generation of women who've loved deeply, faced trials, and still chose tenderness. Her words carry their weight. Her choices reflect their wisdom. When she says her relationship is unshakable, it isn't just about Sweet. It's about honoring herself, her worth, her voice, and choosing someone who holds space for all of that. Together, they represent more than just a couple. They symbolize what's possible when love is intentional, when it's nurtured, when it's rooted in mutual elevation. To the world, they are a couple that came from television. But to those who look closer, they are a testament to patience, timing, and trust. They didn't rush. They didn't perform. They simply allowed themselves to be seen, to be known. And in doing so, they found something rare, a love that doesn't shrink either person, but strengthens both. Ashley's voice when she shares her truth is soft, but it doesn't waver. That's what love looks like when it's real. Not desperate, not performative, just grounded, secure. Some people fall in love to escape. Ashley and Sweet fell in love to endure, to walk through life with intention, with hands that don't let go even when things get tough. Every decision they make now is shaped by that knowing. That shared rhythm, that understanding that no matter what the world says, what they have is theirs. They aren't chasing a spotlight. They're building a life. They aren't fighting for attention. They're cultivating peace. They aren't trying to prove anything. They're simply living what they know to be true. Love stories come and go in our digital world. But every now and then, we get to witness something that stands still even as time moves forward. Ashley Ogle and her quiet confidence remind us that love doesn't have to be loud to be legendary. In affirming that she and Sweet Guluva are together, strongly, she redefines what it means to declare love. She's not just telling the world they're a couple. She's telling us they are a team, a unit, a force. They move with quiet strength. They choose each other daily. And in a world of noise, their bond whispers something we all long to hear. Real love still exists. And it is enough. Thank you for watching. Tell us where you are watching us from.